Hello and welcome to Let's Play Hidden Expedition Amazon. I'm MCFPapa and this is part 1. And now, Amazon, I didn't have Hidden Expedition Everest, but I did have Hidden Expedition Amazon when I was a kid. And man, it's just still so weird viewing that intro. Because on the laptop I had back in, 2007, 2008, whenever this game came out, it took that laptop about a minute just to get through that whole intro, because it was so slow and couldn't run things properly. Just weird to think about. Welcome, explorer. Many objects have been hidden in this scene. Find everything on the list to start your adventure. Yeah, it doesn't really do any story introduction or anything. It just throws you right into the action. And there's something really interesting that I really like this game added is a silhouette feature. It does make it kinda easy to find objects, but because it doesn't count as a hint or anything. But it's still a cool feature to just give you a bit of an edge, and of course, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. If you want to have a more hardcore hidden object experience. But, you can tell graphically, though, that this is a big step up from even what Everest was. Just looking at the level of detail in the scene. Although one complaint I do have with the game is, for being called Amazon, you really don't spend much time actually in the Amazon. I mean, technically you do, but technically you don't. Oh yes, I know about how the game works. That was the game telling me I'm being bad at it and taking too long. So I should use the hints and such. Now with this game I'm gonna try to do it hintless, because I know I can do it. It's been a few years since I've even played this game last, but it's not hard, especially with the silhouette feature. After 6 months of difficult travel, I finally found the lost vase of Los Dos Chihuahuas. I'd better take it back to headquarters for safekeeping. Yeah, and now something interesting is, too, they've done away with the time limit completely in this game. So now there is time, but you won't fail. You could take a year to complete one level, but it won't fail you. And so you get time bonus for how quickly you do it, and I guess penalties for misclicks, and you're given a score then. And then also a rank. There's legend and adventure, and I forget what the third rank is, but you don't want to get third place, you want to get legend. And now this game also has an inventory system and a map system, but it's different than the map system from the previous 2 games. It's in that, it's unique for each level. There'll be 2 locations or more in your map. I think some levels even have a map of just one location, but they also in this map screen include puzzles in some levels too, and those are just part of the map. Pretty interesting. And then also there's a subtle detail, but if you can use it, it glows blue when you're in a scene. So like these keys don't glow, so you know you can't do it. And now look at that. Ooh, sinister and spooky. And here's the vase of Los Dos Chihuahuas. It belongs in a museum. And to get hints, instead of collecting jewels or whatever, now it's beetles. But they even bothered animating clouds going in the background of this scene, even though it's pretty hard to even see the clouds. And I think that this article on here is like Alien Chamber or something, like referencing Hidden Expedition Everest, because I think it... Yes, I know. It's like hiddenexpedition.com, and I think it's referencing Everest, but what I really like is this little thing. It's very pixelated, but I can very clearly recognize that it is the Madame Fate logo from the title screen, and like the little yellow light is her trailer, because I think this game came out either before or after, but around the same time as Madame Fate, so it's cool they give a little nod to it. Oh, on the doorknob. There's a pigeon in the window. I've never seen a pigeon with luggage before. I'd better have a look inside. Dear friend, based on your past triumphs, stunning discoveries, and legendary courage with the Hidden Expedition team, I'm writing to ask for your help. Last month, our mutual friend Professor Mandible and I came to South America in pursuit of the Lost Beetle Temple. We were separated in the jungle more than a week ago, and there is still no sign of him. I am outside a small village in the Amazon jungle. It should not be hard to find you with this map. Please hurry, you're our only hope. Star Wars reference. But of course, the map got torn off. Look for me, extremely rare beetle. Thanks, Rachel. I will look out for you. I guess this is like the Hidden Expedition Agency or whatever. And like the possible gem locations, there's quite a few possible beetle locations in this game. And even a special little sound effect for getting all of them. So now we got a puzzle opened up, but why do the puzzle when you need to do it all anyway? This like first section of the game though is pretty simple, because it's just wanting you to, I mean, for that matter, the whole game is fairly simple, but this part's just dedicated to showing you the ropes. and this like New York segment is pretty small. Now that like waffle looks really good. It's been I don't know how long since I've had a like high quality waffle like that. You know, one made from batter, not like one of them frozen waffles from the store. Oh, that was a very clever hiding spot for the thing. Yeah, that's weird too, that the sound effect gets cut off if you go there. And now what notes do you play? They're written in the background. And there's the stereotypical Egyptian music. I have no idea what that's from, but also it's so weird that they bothered designing all these keys. There's what, 16 of them, and you only use 4 of them. Nutson's novelty safes. Rachel's map didn't make it clear through the pigeon mail, but this old letter has the professor's address in Casablanca. Maybe there I'll find a clue to where he went. So let's continue our journey. Oh boy. Now this is just gonna, probably this whole series is gonna be the last time I played this game, me trouncing my current time because I'm taking the time to talk through stuff instead of focusing on finding objects. But now look at this. Isn't this beautiful? There was a similar sort of scene in, I think it was, I don't know, Singapore in Hidden Expedition Everest, like this sort of harbor scene, but I think this one's even prettier. And that's one thing, is this game is level based, but the levels are really different in terms of length. Like there are several levels like this which are technically levels, but it's just one location. Yeah, I'll try to find all the beetles, but I'm not like gonna make any promises because it's for like hints, and I really don't need hints. Humble brag, I know. Also, isn't it nice in this game to actually have sound effects for all the items? So future me is not gonna have to edit them all in like I did for Hidden Expedition Everest, because for some reason they messed up and don't have sound effects. I don't know what happened with that, if they originally planned to have sound effects and something glitched up and they never bothered to fix it, or if they actually never included them to begin with. I don't know. Yeah. I see melon slice and I think watermelon, but it's not. It was like cantaloupe or something. Ooh, MCFPapa got it. Top score for once. Take that, past loop. And then there's this traveling map screen, like an homage to Indiana Jones. And now here's the first journal page. And I saw nothing but the tail end of the rhino after that point. I still can't decide if it was he that stole my watch or if it was the Turk. March 16th. New developments today in my research on the location of the Beetle Temple. I hear there's a man with one eye in the city that knows a guy that knows a guy who disappeared last spring looking for it. I'll go talk with him if I can find him. So far I know very little about the temple, and any leads could be very helpful. A parrot bit me in town. I was only trying to be nice. Don't feed the parrot. This painting shows one way the temple is described. I'm pretty sure this is actually like concept art that they just threw in here as like a formal painting or something. But that's what's interesting about this game, is we get a journal, but it's not the protagonist, the Hidden Expedition Team's member journal. It's just the professor's journal. And so that means that at some points there aren't going to be any journal entries and such. Just because, like, the professor wasn't there. So it isn't really a comment on the game or any hints of how to solve puzzles, really. Just mostly world building, and that's it. Now, this game was like in 2008. Even then, floppy disks were way outdated. But I guess they assumed like the target audience was more older people who prefer casual sort of games. Maybe. At least people old enough to know what a floppy disk is. Or at least old enough to have used one. I like the little hot air balloon going. I wonder who this is, if it's like a developer or something they put themselves in the game, or what. Also, the music in this game is fantastic, too. I got like half the items left, but I already am needing to get the silhouette hint. But just listen to how upbeat and such this music is. Just great. Now it's a very clever hiding spot for the 3. Like, seriously, this music just makes you want to get out and do something. Like, you can do anything in the world. It's so upbeat. the camel here does not look very impressed. Probably he's wondering, hey, what's taking you so long? One thing I'll say about this game is at least it doesn't have any of the stupid secret items to be on the lookout for like Everest had, which didn't unlock anything or do anything. They're just kind of there and were just a weird addition. Aha! Way up there in the clouds. I finally found it. And I like all the various backgrounds too of the map screen. Like you can clearly see this is this scene, but kind of scrunched down, but they all look nice. March 17th. Lions act differently when they're hungry. This is something I always knew, of course. However, it wasn't until today that I realized just how little they care about my important research. If it wasn't for my ability to really drive a mule, I'd be, well, it's better not to think about it. One rumor suggests the Beetle Temple is underground. I'm pretty sure this is concept art too. Stuck? I'm not stuck. Not yet, anyway. But thank you for your concern, game. Yeah, I can't even get all the stuff here anyway, because I think the gopher food's in the other scene. Okay. Yeah, see the gopher foods here. Alright. And there can be like huge beetle silhouettes on the wall here, but I guess they didn't show up this time. Oh yeah, the journal entry. April 3rd, great news. I found the one-eyed man in Casablanca that I had been looking for. It turns out he didn't know a guy at all, let alone a guy who knew a guy. However, he did know a great spot to catch fish. On the way back, I bumped into someone more informed, my lovely assistant Rachel, who was actually looking for me at the time. She had just returned from Ecuador, and she brought something shocking information about the Beetle Temple. She also brought back a mischievous little monkey. I can tell already that he is a troublemaker. Best catch ever. Me! And the professor, you can tell, like, he doesn't quite have all his marbles, I don't think. Personally, I kinda could have done without the professor as a character, but I guess they needed some hook to get you to come along on the story. I think that's concept art too, of like what the Beetle Temple was supposed to originally be. Oh, I almost didn't get the last of the beetles in this scene. Oh no. What would I have done without that extra 6th hint? Oh man. I still managed to get legend even though I took so long to do stuff. Kinda weird. But anyway, okay, I don't know why it was lagging so much there. This isn't a resource intensive game, but that seems to be the story of my life when I do these recordings. So like and subscribe if you want. I'll see you next time when we collect coins for this old guy. See you then.